How to articulate your transferable skills. Okay, friend, I know you. You're trying to make a career change, but you're not sure how to articulate the skills that you have that transfer to the new career so that you can sell yourself. All good, I got you. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through how you can articulate your transferable skills in your resume, in your LinkedIn, and the conversations that you're having via interview. Let's get into it. Okay, of course, before I get into this, I gotta introduce myself. My name is Laria Jones. People consider me the remote work queen. I consider myself a life-work balance advocate. I share a lot of resources about how you can work remotely, travel, and just live a good life, right? So that's what I share here on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and turn on alerts so that you get notified when I share new content. And also, I do have a free guide, the ultimate guide to remote work. You can grab that. The link is in the description box, along with a lot of other resources like my course that guides you through the 4 phases of finding and landing remote work, as well as a link to my remote work community full of job seekers just like you trying to get that remote work life. All right, you can use those links in the description box. Okay, so you know who I am. Let's talk about what we came here today to talk about, okay? How to articulate your transferable skills. All right, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is to stop saying you don't have experience or skills. A lot of times people are thinking, well, I want to transition from this field to this field, and therefore I don't have experience in this field, and therefore I don't have experience at all. It's not true. You absolutely do have experience. Every job that you have ever had has something transferable in it. Every job you have ever had, even the things that you do on the side, even the things you volunteer to do, even the things that you do as a human person are all skills that are transferable. It's just which skills are going to be transferable from the job that you had, from the background that you have, to the career that you want to move to. So the first thing that I would like for you to do as my new friend is to stop talking bad about my friend. You absolutely do have skills and experience that is transferable, okay? So stop telling yourself that. That's step 1. Step 2, I want you to recognize the difference between soft skills and technical skills, okay? These are 2 different things. A lot of times people get very intimidated when they look at job postings and see that they don't have the technical skills that are listed in the job posting. For instance, someone may see, well, it says in this job posting that you should know how to use Microsoft Project or project management software. And so they immediately are like, I don't know how to do that, so this job isn't for me. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Technical skills can be taught. These are things that can be taught doing the work or even via online courses or things like that. I'm gonna let you in on another secret. Nobody taught project managers how to use project management tools. We learned how to do that on our own. There's no college class where I learned how to use Microsoft Project. I figured it out on my own, right? And to be perfectly honest with you, project management tools are pretty much all the same. This tool, this tool, this tool, that tool, I don't care what it is, they're pretty much all the same, they just have different features. And a lot of these tools, you can practice and learn how to use for free online. They all have free trials. But don't let the technical skills scare you away. A lot of times these are things that you can learn either as you're on your job search or things that you can learn on the job. Which brings me to soft skills. Soft skills aren't really things that can be taught. For the most part, your soft skills are your personality. For the most part, your soft skills are just kind of how you do the thing. That's your finesse, it's what you do on a regular basis. In a lot of cases, it is things that you're taught through the course of working, but soft skills can often be a lot more beneficial to an organization. And those are the things that you are overlooking on the job posting because you are so intimidated by the technical skills. All right, so make sure you understand the difference between soft skills and technical skills. And soft skills can be things like being able to build relationships with clients, right? Having the ability to solve problems quickly, being able to think strategically. Those are soft skills. They're very general soft skills, but those are soft skills. Those are the kind of things that you should be thinking about that are transferable from one job to the next. Okay, the next thing that I want you to do when you're trying to articulate your transferable skills is I want you to go and find 3 to 5 job postings in the career you want to transition to. All right. So look at job postings that you're like, I would love to have this job. Like, this is a job I would love to have in this career. And I want you to make a list. I want you to read through the job posting and look at the roles and responsibilities, the activities that that person's going to do, and also the qualifications that they're looking for. All right. And I want you to highlight or make a list of highlight, copy, paste, whatever, a list of things that you actually do have in your background. I'm going to give you an example of one. For example, as a teacher moving into project management, one of the things that you may see in a project management role is that you have experience managing a project from start to finish. And you may immediately think as a teacher, I don't do that. Truth is, friend, you do. Every curriculum is a project. Every time you sit down and think through, well, I have this objective. I have to teach the kids this thing, this unit. These are the lessons that I need to teach these children. And then you build a curriculum around that, and you build the homework assignments and all of the things that are going to happen from day one that lead up to them testing out on this unit. That is a project. That is actually a project. I want you to identify that these are things you actually do, okay? So I want you to make a list and highlight the things that you actually do. I want you to find 3 to 5 job postings in the role that you want to transition to. I want you to highlight the things that you actually do, okay? Last thing I want you to do is pay attention to the reason why that is a requirement, okay? So a lot of times people see these requirements and they immediately go, no, I didn't do that. I've never done that. But they're not thinking about, well, what are they really saying here? And have I met that? Let me give you an example. Back to this teacher to project manager thing. So they may say, we want someone who has been client facing and has the ability to manage clients and manage stakeholders. You may say, well, I've never been client facing. I don't have clients. I'm a teacher, right? But what they're really saying is they want someone who has the ability to communicate with multiple groups of people and set expectations with multiple groups of people and focus on multiple priorities, because every group of people has different priorities, right? So what are they really trying to say in that requirement by saying they want someone who's been client facing and manages multiple stakeholders? And so as a teacher, you think, well, if their goal is to find someone who has to manage communication and expectations with multiple groups of people and priorities with multiple groups of people, I've done that. I have actually done that, right? One of my stakeholders is my students. I have to manage communication with my students. I have to talk to, if I'm teaching 3rd grade, I have to be able to speak to 3rd graders. But I also have to manage communication with their parents, a whole group of people who have a whole different set of expectations and a whole different set of priorities. Each of them, for the most part, wants their students to be successful in their classes. The kids, that might not be their priority. The kids just want to make it through the day and have a good time. And then the administration and the staff is your other stakeholder, right? The people that are holding you accountable, or the people that you have to be accountable to. They have an entirely different set of priorities than your students and the parents. And you have to manage communication and priorities with that group as well. So if you get to what are they really looking for in this requirement, then you can get to, oh, well, I have that. It may not be as stated here, but I do have that, and I can word this and I can discuss this and explain this in an interview if I need to, okay? That said, I want you to be able to be confident about explaining your transferable skills. I don't care what you did. I love using the example of a teacher to a project manager because I feel like that's an easy example for me to work with. I used to be a project manager. One of my good friends moved from being a teacher to project manager. I run into a lot of people who are teachers who want to move into project management, so that's easy. I'm gonna give you guys an example of how I used my work at McDonald's. Yup, McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's when I was in high school, and I kept it on my resume when I started looking for my real job out of grad school. And when I interviewed at Deloitte, I talked about my experience at McDonald's as transferable skills. Let me tell you some of the skills that I pointed out. In consulting, a lot of the work is around client expectations and client management. And when things go wrong, being able to quickly solve problems. Well, when I worked at McDonald's, that is pretty much what I did. I can tell you that McDonald's customers, for people paying $5, actually back then, a good meal, like a double cheeseburger meal, was like $3.20. I remember because I used to get one all the time. $3.20. So for a group of people paying $3.20, they had to be some of the most demanding customers I've ever come across. But understanding that I had to set expectations up front. If we were behind in the kitchen, I had to let them know, right? I had to let them know up front that their order is going to be behind, or I was going to have an angry customer. If they were asking for something extra, I had to let them know. That's managing scope. That's setting expectations and managing scope and letting them know that, yeah, that actually doesn't come on it and it costs this much more, but we're happy to put it on there for you, right? I also had to quickly solve problems. So if we had customers whose order was incorrect or who they ordered the wrong thing, I had to navigate managing that with customers and still providing good customer service and a good customer experience as well. And so that translates into consulting very well. Honestly, it's what I do pretty much all day, every day. I just got off a call last week with a customer where we were navigating some things that they were unhappy about, and some of it was on them, right? And I had to navigate that conversation, trying to get to a resolution that the customer could be happy with. Because at the end of the day, they're the customer, right? And so a lot of that customer management and client management, I learned working at McDonald's, okay? Talk about transferable skills. All that to say, I want you to know that you do have transferable skills. It's really just about how you articulate it, and I want you to practice it. Do me a favor on this video. I want you to drop in the comments your very first job, right? Your very first job and the job that you have now. And I want you to give me a skill that you learned on your very first job that you are utilizing in your job today. Let's practice. Let's articulate some transferable skills right here, now, today. Drop it in the comments and let me know. First job, what you did in your first job that is transferable to the job that you have now today. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you feel a little bit more confident about articulating your transferable skills. I hope that you believe you have transferable skills. I also hope that you will like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.